Following on from my interview at the University of Central Lancashire, I thought I'd follow it up with a brief video to explain how interviewing goes in the modern world of turmoil, torment and recession that we're in. So, about 3 or 4 minutes. Firstly, as soon as you get anywhere near line of sight, be on your best behaviour. People will be looking out of windows, people do walk around and notice people walking up towards them. So if you're sitting there having a tab and scratching your arse, people will notice these things. When you go in to reception, when you speak to them, they're the most important person in your world at that moment in time. Treat them with respect. Be nice to them. Be yourself at all times, all the way through the interview. That doesn't mean do anything that's different from what you would normally do in a nice situation where you're trying to get a job, but just don't try and put on a facade, because you'll be able to have it blown away by people like me. Just really try and be authentic. It does come across. When you sit down and are asked if you want a cup of tea, coffee or whatever, say yes. Don't say no. It gives you a prop, and it makes other people be at ease when you're talking to you, because typically we all have cups of tea or coffee when you are in work, and it's a nice thing to do. It's a convivial thing to do. It's like when you go into a pub with somebody. If you said, "Do you want a drink?" you said no, you feel a bit odd, wouldn't you? So don't do that. They'll say something like, you'll have a list of questions that you've prepared for, but if you are having to think about them, you'll give it away. If it's not authentic, because you'll scratch your nose, you'll twiddle with your ears, you'll fidget. And for anybody who's studied body language, that's you are lying. Other things to be aware of is social media. Please, please, please be aware that we can see most of the things that are out there, even if you think that we can't. And there's a lot of stuff out there on the interweb that you need to be aware of. And just think about it before you post something if you are coming up towards needing an employer, because they want somebody who represents their business. Things that are absolute no-nos are grammatical errors in the cover letter. A boring cover letter. Fuck me, does it hurt you when you have 15 emails coming in with, "Dear sir, I'm a team player and I work well as an individual. I'm responsible and punctual." You need somebody with a bit of interest. There's a little phrase to think of: be distinct or extinct, because people want to have somebody who will represent professionalism with their organisation, etc., etc., but also have a character. Be a nice person. Be a person that they want to work with, because life is too short and we spend a lot of time at work. So we want to deal with people that we like. So be yourself, be authentic, and on your way out, they'll always ask you if you want any questions. Have some good ones. Have done some research. If you have got no idea what they do, it'll become immediately apparent. If you've just had a quick glance at the website, it'll become immediately apparent. You know, research the organisation, because they want somebody with a passion. They will have a passion for their organisation, greater or lesser. The smaller the company, quite often the more likely you'll be dealing with the most senior person, who typically has either started it or is very much entwined with that organisation. A big corporate land, there are very different sets of process, but everybody wants professional people that they want to work with. So have some really good questions that you can ask, and please, on the way out, firm handshake. That's something you should do on the way in as well. If you go one of these, then it freaks you. Yeah, it's weird. Equally, you don't want to give them one of those kind of dynamic tension type things which will make people crumple into a pile. So a nice firm handshake, and go away with lots of smiles, and then carry on until you're out of sight of the building. So the amount of times you see people picking the nose and sitting there and having a chat and having a fag, wandering around, lobbing something on the floor, I'd immediately not take them on anyway if they did anything like that. So please, 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 have a think about that. And that's the holistic view. If you need any more advice, please give me a shout. I'm going to send you a link of something to how to attract people on emails for busy people. Somebody sent me it this morning. It's actually very, very good. So there's a link with that as well. Anyway, take care. Have a good time.